You know how sometimes the most foundational innovations are the ones you barely notice? The kind of things that quietly hold our world together, quite literally. Today, our deep dive is into exactly that, the global structural adhesive market. We've been sifting through a detailed market research analysis, specifically looking at its projected growth from 2021 all the way through 2033. Our mission is to uncover the surprising scale and, well, the rapid expansion of this often overlooked industry, pinpointing the key regions fueling this growth, and crucially understanding what's truly driving this incredible surge.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff because we're far beyond simple glue for like craft projects here. This is about high performance materials, advanced engineering in a bottle, you could say, vital for major industries. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's really a profound testament to how material science is quietly but powerfully enabling future innovation across, well, almost every sector imaginable.
Absolutely. And when we talk about scale, the numbers are truly eye-opening. In 2021, the global structural adhesive market was valued at a massive $14.7 billion. That's already a hefty sum for something many of us probably don't even think about twice, right?
It is, yeah. And the growth trajectory is even more compelling. The market is expected to climb to nearly $18.8 billion by 2025. And then, get this, by 2033, it's projected to reach a substantial $30.7 billion.
Wow. Okay. So we're talking about more than doubling its size over that forecast period. What does that kind of growth rate actually mean in practical terms?
Well, this translates to a global compound annual growth rate, or CAGR, of 6.347% over the forecast period. That kind of sustained figure, it indicates robust and ongoing expansion. It's not just a temporary spike. It's a deep, fundamental shift in how industries are approaching manufacturing and construction globally.
Okay, let's unpack this further because while the global picture is strong, here's where it gets really interesting. Some regions are experiencing truly explosive growth, painting a very dynamic picture of industrial change.
Oh, definitely. Asia Pacific, without a doubt, leads the pack as the most rapidly growing region. It boasts a strong CAGR of 6.942%. To put that into perspective, it started at nearly $4.8 billion back in 2021 and is projected to hit an astounding $10.7 billion by 2033. So, yeah, more than doubling its market size.
That's a powerful jump. And within Asia Pacific, which countries are really standing out?
Well, you've got the powerhouses like China and Japan seeing robust, steady growth. China's market, for instance, is projected to more than double by 2033, reflecting a healthy 6.6% annual growth rate. But the real standout is India. It's expected to nearly triple its market size, soaring from roughly $760 million in 2021 to over $2 billion by 2033. That reflects an explosive 8.7% CAGR, makes it one of the fastest growing countries globally in this sector.
Wow.
And we also see significant contributions from South Korea, Australia, and actually, surprisingly, Singapore leads the entire region with a 7.46% CAGR.
That's fascinating, and 8.7% CAGR is incredible. What do you think is driving that kind of explosive growth in a market like India or even Singapore?
Yeah, it's often tied to rapid industrialization, massive infrastructure development, and a booming consumer electronics market. In India's case, you have a huge population, increasing urbanization, and that strong Make in India manufacturing push. Singapore, despite its smaller size, is a hub for high-tech manufacturing and R&D. They require advanced bonding solutions for cutting-edge products, so it's kind of a combination of raw scale and high-tech adoption.
That's a great point about specific drivers, and it leads us perfectly into looking at other high-growth areas. Shifting continents, South America also presents promising growth, a CAGR of 7.159%. It's projected to reach nearly $2.3 billion by 2033 from just under $1 billion in 2021.
Right. Brazil is a clear leader there, climbing to over $900 million by 2033. What's particularly notable, though, is that Argentina and Colombia actually share the highest TAGR in the region. That's at 7.677%. This indicates strong, accelerating demand, probably driven by renewed investment in infrastructure and a growing manufacturing base across the continent.
Interesting. And the Middle East isn't far behind, is it? Showing a strong KGR of 7.285%. Its market expanding from roughly $529 million in 2021 to over $1.2 billion by 2033.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Egypt are major contributors to that growth. But the UAE shows the highest KGR at a striking 8.276%, projected to grow from just over $95 million in 2021 to almost $250 million by 2033. And when we talk about unique factors driving this, well, in the UAE's case, it seems unequivocally linked to their massive, ambitious construction projects, plus their diversification away from oil and their embrace of advanced manufacturing and logistics hubs. All require high-performance materials.
So those mega projects and strategic economic shifts are directly fueling this, well, seemingly niche market. That makes perfect sense. Okay, now let's pivot to the established markets. They're growing at a slightly different pace, perhaps, but still showing incredibly substantial expansion. North America, for instance, it has a CAGR of 5.882%, reached over $4.3 billion in 2021, and expected to hit over $8.5 billion by 2033.
Precisely.
Yeah.
While it's not as, let's say, explosive as some emerging markets, North America's growth is really significant because it's building on an already massive base.
Right. In the United States, the market size was over $3.3 billion in 2021, forecasted to expand to over $6.4 billion by 2033. That's a 5.6% CAGR. Canada, interestingly, has a notable CGR of 7.353%, actually outpacing the U.S. rate.
Yeah, that could be due to specific sectors. Maybe it's strong aerospace or automotive parts manufacturing. And Europe is also experiencing significant growth, a CAGR of 5.762%, projected to reach nearly $7.2 billion by 2033 from just under $3.7 billion in 2021.
Okay. And within Europe, what are the key trends you're seeing there?
Well, we see strong, consistent growth pretty much across the continent. Germany, for example, is projected to reach over $1.3 billion by 2033. France and Italy also show robust core GRs, around 5.9% and 6.3% respectively. Even Russia and Spain are showing strong growth, indicating a broad adoption of these technologies across diverse European economies. It's not necessarily explosive like in some Asian markets, but it's a steady indication. Shows the fundamental reliance on these adhesives as industries continue to evolve and modernize.
So it's maybe more about optimizing existing industries rather than just building totally from the ground up.
Exactly. I think that speaks to the maturity of these European markets. Efficiency gains, material innovation, sustainable practices, these are driving the shift towards structural adhesives over, say, traditional fastening methods. And even smaller, highly innovative markets like Sweden, Denmark, and Switzerland are contributing significantly to this overall European expansion. Switzerland's got a robust 6% KGR, too.
Right. And finally, Africa rounds out the market. Moderate but steady growth. A CAGR of 5.452%, projected to grow to almost $800 million in 2033, from just over $411 million in 2021.
That's correct. Nigeria and South Africa are the key contributors to this upward trend across the continent. As these nations continue their development and industrialization efforts, the demand for reliable, high-performance bonding solutions, well, for construction and infrastructure is just going to continue to rise.
Okay, so we've looked at the scale, the incredible growth rates, and where the hotspots are, but ultimately, what does all this mean? Why is this seemingly niche market of structural adhesives booming globally and across such varied economy?
Yeah, good question. This robust expansion seems fueled by a few overarching interconnected factors. Primarily, we're seeing continuous technological advancements in the adhesives themselves. They're getting stronger, more versatile, more efficient, and capable of bonding increasingly diverse materials, which is key. This directly feeds into growing industrial applications and, well, just increasing global demand across major sectors.
Can you give us some concrete examples? Like, how are these advancements playing out in our everyday world?
Absolutely. Think about the automotive industry, the drive for lighter, more fuel-efficient vehicles, and the rapid rise of electric vehicles. It means less welding and more advanced bonding of aluminum, carbon fiber, other mixed materials. Adhesives are crucial for assembling battery packs in EVs, for instance, and for creating quieter, safer vehicles.
Okay, cars, that makes sense. What else?
Well, construction's another big one. We're seeing structural adhesives enable new prefabrication techniques and modular building that speeds up projects, improves efficiency, and can even allow for more sustainable building practices. And then there's electronics. They're essential for miniaturization, for flexible components, waterproofing devices like your smartphone, and even helping with heat dissipation in increasingly powerful gadgets.
Wow. So these structural adhesives are quietly making our cars, our homes, our phones not just stronger and lighter, but also more efficient to produce and more durable in their everyday use. It's truly foundational work, isn't it? Impacts almost everything we touch.
It really does. This deep dive highlights how even seemingly niche markets like structural adhesives play a vital, growing role in our global economy and technological progress. It just underscores that understanding these foundational components gives us a much clearer picture of the future of manufacturing, infrastructure, and even consumer goods.
So what we've seen today is how a specialized market, structural adhesives, is not just growing, but exploding in some areas, underpinning the evolution of so many critical industries you interact with every single day. Next time you're in a new car or marvel at the design of a building or even just using your smartphone, Perhaps you'll think about the invisible but powerful structural adhesives holding it all together. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What else in your world is being held together by something you've never even considered?
Sometimes the most critical innovations are the ones we barely even see. These sort of unsung heroes working behind the scenes of objects we use every single day. What if we told you that the future of everything, from the car you drive to, I don't know, the buildings you live and work in, might actually depend on, well, glue. Today we're taking a deep dive into the really fascinating world of structural adhesives. It's a market that's kind of quietly revolutionizing manufacturing and construction.
Yeah, absolutely. And our source material for this exploration today, it's from a really insightful market research report. It's called Structural Adhesive Market Dynamics and Future Trends.
Hmm.
So our mission really is to unpack the core dynamics, some surprising applications, and the future potential of these powerful bonding agents. We want to reveal why they're really so much more than just, a sticky solution.
Yeah. Right. And by the end of this deep dive, you'll not only get why these adhesives are gaining so much momentum, but you'll also start spotting the really exciting trends shaping our future. We think you'll find some surprising insights as we get into this, some real aha moments, hopefully.
That's it.
Okay, let's maybe kick off by talking about this fundamental shift that's happening right now. Structural adhesives are increasingly replacing traditional mechanical fasteners. Things like bolts, screws, even welding. Just take a moment to consider what that actually means for how things are built. It's kind of huge.
It really is. And what's truly impactful here is why this replacement is happening. The report points to several key reasons, and they really change how we design and assemble things. For one, you get superior bonding strength. It's a bond that holds different materials together just seamlessly. Something traditional fasteners, well, they often struggle with that.
Right, mixing materials.
Exactly. They also give you excellent vibration resistance. That's absolutely crucial for longevity, for performance, especially in anything with moving parts.
Makes sense.
And critically, they contribute to significant weight reduction. I mean, a single bonded joint can weigh less than a bolted or welded one. That leads to potentially massive overall weight savings.
Wow.
It's not just about a stronger bond, it's about enabling designs that were maybe impossible before. Think about like aircraft wings that are fundamentally lighter, more aerodynamic because they aren't riddled with thousands of rivets.
Yeah, okay.
Or cars that absorb crash forces differently, potentially making them safer.
So if these materials are enabling such fundamental shifts, what does this mean for the stuff we interact with daily? And given how revolutionary these sound, where are we seeing the most surprising uses? Are they popping up in places we wouldn't even guess?
Well, we definitely see them making huge strides in industries like automotive and aerospace. That's kind of expected, maybe. Here, their role in the drive towards lightweight materials, better fuel efficiency, it's critical. It's enabling fundamental design changes in cars and planes that just weren't really feasible before.
Okay.
But beyond that, construction and infrastructure projects are creating really robust demand. Developing economies, especially, are embracing structural adhesives in modern infrastructure.
Huh. Interesting. Like what?
Think concrete examples like bonding large panels together, curtain walls on buildings, even entire modular building systems.
Right. Modular construction is big now.
Exactly. And their versatility lets them bond totally different substrates, metal to composite, glass to concrete, you name it. Plus, their long-term durability really fits with the efficiency demands of modern construction.
That is fascinating. It's like this silent transformation happening right under our noses. And it's not just where they're used, but like you said, how they're evolving that's making all this possible.
Precisely. The advancements in the actual adhesive formulation technologies are what's driving this forward. We're seeing new generation types constantly emerging: epoxy, acrylic, polyurethane, even hybrid adhesives.
So not just one type of superglue.
No, not at all. These aren't your grandfather's glues.
Mhm.
They offer vastly improved performance characteristics. Things like faster curing times, much higher thermal resistance, better adaptability to really challenging environments. Heat, cold, moisture.
Okay.
And this expanded capability makes them suitable not just for cars and buildings, but for a growing list of emerging applications too. Think electronics, renewable energy systems like bonding solar panels or wind turbine blades, and even heavy industrial machinery.
It sounds almost like a wonder material, doesn't it? But surely there must be some uh, practical hurdles, some
Yeah.
sticky situations the industry faces trying to scale this up.
Oh, absolutely. That's a crucial question because it's definitely not all smooth sailing. The market faces real hurdles. For one, stringent environmental and safety regulations are a major restraint.
The chemical side.
Exactly. Many structural adhesives contain chemicals, solvents that contribute to volatile organic compounds, VOCs. You hear about those a lot.
Right, VOCs, yeah.
And this has led to stricter global regulations. So manufacturers, they have to invest pretty heavily in R&D just to comply. That naturally raises costs, and it can
Yeah.
sometimes limit product rollouts, especially in certain regions with tough rules.
Okay, so regulation is one thing. What else?
Cost is another big one. While these adhesives offer clear long-term benefits, lighter weight, maybe longer life, their upfront costs are typically higher compared to traditional fasteners like bolts or welding.
Right, the initial purchase price.
Yeah, and that cost difference can definitely deter adoption, especially in really price-sensitive industries or maybe among smaller manufacturers just looking at the immediate bottom line.
That makes sense. Anything else?
Well, there are also the complex application requirements. Achieving a consistent, reliable bond often demands meticulously clean surfaces. You can't just slap it on.
Okay, surface prep.
Big time. Plus, you often need precise application environments, temperature, humidity control sometimes, and specialized tools or robots to apply it correctly. So, getting those really consistent, reliable bonds requires skilled labor, the right equipment, and that can certainly limit widespread adoption, too. It's not always easy.
So, okay, the benefits are clear, potentially huge even, but there's a real learning curve and investment needed. It's not just a simple swap out for a screw, but looking ahead, what's next? Despite these challenges, what are the trends pushing the boundaries? This is where it gets really interesting, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Despite these restraints, there are several emerging trends that are really positioning the structural adhesive market for strong future growth. One of the most notable is a clear shift toward eco-friendly and low VOC adhesives. That ties back to the
So at
regulations.
the green chemistry angle.
Exactly. Manufacturers are actively developing water-based and solvent-free formulations. They have to really to meet regulatory demands, but also growing consumer pressure. It aligns with things like green building certifications and just broader sustainable production practices. People want greener products.
Makes sense. What else is driving it?
Then there's the monumental rise of electric vehicles, EVs.
Ah, yes. Big topic.
Huge. And structural adhesives are vital in EV manufacturing, not just for bonding lightweight components, though. That's important for range.
Yeah, weight is everything for EVs.
Right, but also, crucially, for ensuring battery enclosure integrity. That's a massive safety and performance factor. You need those battery packs sealed and protected.
Absolutely critical.
So, as EV production scales up globally, the automakers, the OEMs, and their big suppliers, the tier ones, they are increasingly incorporating these adhesives right into their core design processes. It's becoming standard.
Okay, EVs are a massive driver. What about the really futuristic stuff?
Right, well, this is maybe the truly fascinating part. The integration of smart adhesive technologies.
Smart adhesives. What does that even mean?
We're talking about advanced materials that have, get this, self-healing properties.
Self-healing, like it fixes itself.
The ability to actually repair minor damage, yes. Tiny cracks or separations could potentially mend themselves over time.
Wow.
And even built-in sensors. Adhesives designed to actively detect structural stress, monitor temperature fluctuations, maybe even signal if damage has occurred.
That's incredible. So the glue itself tells you if there's a problem.
Potentially, yes. These capabilities offer predictive maintenance possibilities. Think how critical that is in high-stakes sectors like aerospace, defense, or big infrastructure like bridges, allowing for proactive repairs before a catastrophic failure happens.
Imagine a phone screen that, instead of shattering, could actually heal tiny cracks itself because the adhesive layer underneath helped.
It's that kind of thinking, yeah.
Or a bridge that literally tells engineers, hey, I'm feeling a bit stressed over here.
Yeah.
That's the kind of future we're potentially looking at. Revolutionary.
It really is. So, what we've explored today, it paints this truly dynamic picture of the structural adhesive market. It really highlights the critical role these materials play, often unseen, in modern manufacturing and design across so many industries. From their basic advantages over old-school fasteners to the real challenges they face, and then these incredibly innovative trends shaping their future. Structural adhesives are quietly but fundamentally revolutionizing how we build things.
Yeah, absolutely. We've explored how these quiet achievers, these materials, are transforming whole industries and literally building our future, often in ways you'd probably never expect. They're holding our world together in a very real sense and helping it evolve.
It makes you think, doesn't it? Consider how the ability of a material to not just bond things together, but potentially to sense its environment and even heal itself, that fundamentally shifts how we even think about material science. So, maybe a final thought for you listening. What other invisible innovations like this might be shaping your world right now, maybe without you even realizing it, and how will they continue to evolve? Something to mull over.